cohesiveness, a chemistry offensively that probably belies your experience together. Did you feel like things were relatively advanced in terms of the post-entry operation and just the ball movement and the execution?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that's something kind of like entering the ball in the post was something we really worked on all off season. It's just like the group of guys we have is we all kind of work really well together naturally, so it kind of reflects like that on the court.
For David and Brandon, just the second group, what you guys provided from an offensive standpoint, and just how that group is working together and the chemistry that maybe you've created here early on.
Yeah, I think, that's obviously just the start of building really good habits in practice. I think this is like one of the first teams I've been on where early we've like built really good chemistry and camaraderie, I think, as a whole group. And it's essential to have that, especially playing now and all the way until, later on in the season. But I just think it all kind of just goes back to how close we are off the court as well, and it kind of translates on the court. So all that's important.
For Dave, I'll kind of ask you the same thing I asked Zach just now. A lot of you guys have never played with a player like Zach. There aren't very many players like Zach.
Sure.
But just how much of an adjustment has that been for you and maybe Braden and maybe Fletcher and people like that in terms of the offensive chemistry that comes with building around him?
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy, one, because he's very selfless. So he passes the ball when he gets double teamed or things like that. But he obviously attracts a lot of attention as well. So being able to get easy shots and open threes and is easy for a lot of us. So being able to get the ball into him in the post and they double, he kicks it out or whatever. Like playing off of him is really important. It's easy for us. So we're good.
Yeah, for Brandon, I think in both halves, the first time you checked in, you were immediately able to, find a spot and knock down a shot. Just what do you think helped you kind of find a rhythm coming off the bench today and kind of, do what you were able to do tonight on the scoring front?
Just my mindset and my mentality, knowing that, I'm coming off the bench and knowing that I have to be, ready to go and effective right away. And then also, having some plays drawn up for me and then being able to get to my spot and elevate and knock the shot down, stuff I've done, 1,000 times. So just from a mental standpoint, I think was the difference for me, being ready to play, coming off the bench.
Zach, you went 7 for 9 from the free throw line today. Is that something you would say you've improved upon for this year?
Yeah, it's something I really focus on this offseason, kind of switching some things up and kind of getting back to – I feel like maybe last year I might have lost a little bit of confidence kind of midway through the year. I had that one stretch of games where that was kind of very iffy, but I felt like for the rest of the year I was pretty solid from the line and then kind of regained that confidence slowly, and then you see it this year.
Brandon, just the second group, and what would be the key to keeping that chemistry together throughout the year?
Really just, I think a big thing would be, sorry if you can't hear me, I got a little thing going on anyway, I think paying attention to how the game starts, to see how things are being guarded, how the other team is, playing offensively and defensively, and then when we come in, be ready to go, play together, move the ball, get a lather going first, and get stops on a defensive end.
David, this first game in Mackey?
Man, I've never been a part of a game like that, especially just for an exhibition. Like just seeing, I was just telling, Caleb asked me how it was at my previous schools, and I said, man, we probably get that just during a rivalry game, so I can only imagine how it is when we get in Big Ten play and, play IU and things like that. But honestly, I'm just happy to be here, man. This is a great group of guys. And like I said, we just built such early chemistry and camaraderie as a team. And I just think that's so important moving forward in the postseason. So I'm happy to be here, obviously, for the environment and just for my team as well.
For Brandon, just for a team with so many kind of new players, but also new players in new roles, two true freshmen with the ball in their hands a lot, only 4 turnovers, just kind of speak to the mentality this team might have in terms of ball security and things like that and what you saw tonight?
Just to value the basketball, value every possession. Like you mentioned, we have new guys in new roles. So, they're gaining experience, on the fly. And that's where we come in as older guys to kind of show them the way and to help them along the way as we, embark on this new season. But yeah, just valuing every possession and taking care of the ball, and and executing the play that's being called from the bench.
For either David or Brandon, you guys have already talked about kind of what that second group in the rotation was able to accomplish tonight. Trey Kaufman ran obviously part of that 15 points. He was 6 of 7 from the floor. Just what have you seen from him just kind of leading up to the season and what he might be able to contribute to this team, getting pretty valuable minutes coming off the bench as well?
I think people are gonna find out, how good he really is. He went 6 or 7 from the field today, had 15. He's been giving guys work, down there on the block. You can ask Zach, but no, man. I just playing, bro. But no, man. Him redshirting last year, and being able to see everything, and get reps in practice, has helped him tremendously. He's gotten so much better over the last year, and he's been able to show that in our scrimmage against Cincinnati and then here tonight. So I'm excited for him. He's going to be a really good player for Purdue.
Hey, Zach, question for you. You've been around the program now a few years. What's it like for you? Obviously, everybody looks up to you, but what's it like to be one of the leaders now? I mean, you've been a leader since the beginning, but you've been a guy that's been in the program and kind of helping these younger guys move along.
Yeah, it's definitely like a different kind of role this year. Obviously, last year we had our guys that were leaders. We had our seniors that were leaders. My freshman year, I was nowhere near a leader. I was trying to find my role on that team. So kind of slowly building towards that and stepping into that. But we have a lot of guys on this team that really are kind of like those natural leaders. Like Ethan really helps, Mason really helps, Brandon really helps, David really helps. Like all the old guys really kind of help set that example. And it's just kind of like a team effort, just kind of showing how these young guys how to do stuff the right way.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
He's giving me work on that block.